Hi, Hannah.
Season 2. So exciting.
It's so cool.
I'm loving season 2, the episodes already, but like, it's just so exciting that like, we're here. We're back.
We're here.
Season 2 is happening.
I can't believe, I truly cannot believe I know we talked about this in our last episode of season 1, but like, it's just so crazy, the progression of like, let's hang out, let's do a podcast, let's do this. And now it's like, we're at season 2.
It's crazy.
It's
Did
insane.
You guys like Lori Cooper? That was the last episode they had.
Yeah. I have my thoughts. Genius.
Never been done before.
And iconic New York woman.
Nora's dreams of making this a half Sex and City, half Housewives podcast is like on the way.
It's, you guys, and if anyone has feedback here, I think what we should do, maybe this is more of a season 3 moment and Hannah's thinking it over. She kind of gave it a big no, but like I still feel like it's a thinking.
You say first.
I think that we should only have Bravo housewife related people on as guests. Besides the fact that we have some awesome guests for season 2, so we gotta go
say that when like our guests for season 2 are like
our guests for season Bravo. 2 are awesome and they have nothing to do with Bravo. Well, some of them are Bravo fans, but what I'm thinking maybe for season 3 is like we get the housewives on to do a breakdown of each episode so that we can get both Bravo and housewife. And
I'm not saying no to that. Like if we are able to get Bravo celebrities and the housewives on the show to gab with us and gab Sex and City and also give us some like housewives gossip, like I'm all for that. I just feel like there's so many people that would be great guests.
We do have some amazing guests for this season.
I would hate for us to close off options. Like I feel like that can just be something that like they know these 2 girls, Hanna and Nora, they love Bravo. These are the guests they like to have.
No, it was kind of a like, spiral. And I was on Diet Coke. You know how I got. I was like I could see this whole, blah, blah, blah. But our guests for this season,
I don't think it needs to be our only thing.
Our guests for this season are just so awesome. And I'm so excited to have them on. And we're going to have more guests. And that's really exciting. And the season
but don't worry, you guys. We're still going to do plenty of
don't you worry.
Classic
we
Hanna
will
and
still
Nora.
chat about our dirty tote bags and couple to thruple.
My dirty tote bag.
Your dirty tote bag.
Couple to thruple was. I was just the other day watching the clips for that episode.
Can we just clear the air with a couple of the episodes from season 1 on my end?
Yeah,
I was on a medication called. Okay, I'm just going to throw it out there for our listeners.
Toss it.
There's a couple episodes in season 1 where I was on a migraine medication called Topamax, and it makes you a little silly. And
8 and 9.
If you can point out which episodes,
I just said it.
You're like 8 and 9. If you can point out in 8 and 9 when I seemed a little bit of a Topamaxinista. We're off the medication now, so we're doing great. I'm back to just having migraines. And
in episode 9, when you asked me to come to your seat and wipe the lipstick off your teeth, and then I said no, and then I said that is a nice color on you though. What is it? What brand is it? And you go, CoverGirl. I was like, where's Nora?
I was a little lost in the Topamax sauce for a little bit there. And it's crazy. I wasn't even taking that much of it, but like I looked up online, it's like a lot of people had the same symptoms as me.
That's crazy. That's scary.
It's like you get like really, you just kind of
wait, then why do people even prescribe it? Is it like that great?
It is kind of amazing though. I didn't have migraines for like a month. Damn. But then I really started feeling the effects when I was like, I couldn't read an email.
What does Lady Gaga take?
Remember when we were scheduling and I was like, wait, can we just like go over this? And it's just like, Nora, it's like really easy.
And it was like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
We're going to have this guest.
It's like, I was like, let's just talk this through. And I couldn't function.
What is the migraine medication that Lady Gaga is the face of?
I brought that up with my doctor. I said, well, Lady Gaga takes this. And she's like, Nora,
it's like Nutri-Tac, right?
She literally just cut me off and was like, no, let's just.
Oh, is it a bad brand?
Well, no, it's just, my doctor was just like, you can't base what you want to take off of like Lady Gaga commercials.
Just, if it got her through the Chromatica Ball tour, like, I
I do feel like if Topamax did work for me, because I get migraines all the time, if it did, I would sign a deal to promote it for others. So I do believe that Lady Gaga uses that brand.
I also think that we all,
and I trust her,
cannot even fathom the size of the checks from Big Pharma. And I think whenever we want to get upset about these celebrities doing it, I just want you to know that like whatever amount you're thinking, probably double it. Okay. Like just know like, yes, I do believe she uses it. Like, I don't believe Lady Gaga is like tight on cash and like doing drug ads or like whatever. Like she probably used it and then also got offered a very large check. And she was probably like, I use it. I like it. This check is huge. They want to film me at my concert and then put a new check. Go for it, girl.
Yeah. And I mean, no one was paying me to take Topamax and here I am talking shit about it. maybe if someone had paid me, you could have seen an even looser episode.
I'm gonna try.
And we could have kept the good vibes going. But yeah, so anyways, if I was a little off in some of the episodes before, it was just, it's just the migraine medication there.
Did we do the intro?
Nope.
Okay. Hi, I'm Hannah Gerlander.
I'm Nora Freed.
And you're listening to High Heels and Punchlines.
Jesus Christ. All right. Back to Sex and the City, though.
I'm going to do highlights.
Do some highlights.
And the questions.
Yeah.
Season 2, episode 1, Take Me Out to the Ballgame.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the highlights. Mm-hmm. Carrie tries to get over big with the new Yankee. Shar is so hot.
Outrageous.
Shar is dating a crotch grabber.
Disgusting.
Samantha struggles with her man's small penis. And Miranda needs a break from all the boy talk. And Carrie's kind of like big questions are like, what are the breakup rules? And also she was looking at like her relationship stats while at the baseball game, which I thought would be like another, she like kind of posed as a question, which I thought could be something good to discuss as well.
I'll start this off by saying the episode premiered on Sunday, June 6, 1999, which makes me feel really old.
Okay.
Because I remember.
You remember?
I remember when Sex and the City first came out. I was really excited about it.
I don't think
I was
it
like
was
a child, but I was like, I just remember.
Wait, how old were you in 1999?
I don't know. Hannah, the math. The Topamax is still
what year
there.
were you born? I'll do it.
How old was I? Was I 8?
We definitely need to pull it closer.
Yeah, right, let's pull it closer. Right? Me being like, was I 8? Was I 8?
So much better.
I was born in 92.
92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99.
7. So close.
7,
but I just remember, my mom watching it. I remember it being out. Like, I just remember things.
Oh, that was like your mom's show she watched?
No, she watched a lot of Seinfeld, but I just remember.
Did she watch Desperate Housewives?
No.
Really?
Know.
I feel like that's such a famous mom show.
No, I just remember it being talked about and knowing that it was on, and I probably caught a glimpse of it and being like, whoa. But back to the questions though.
Yeah.
What are your breakup rules?
So I was gonna ask you to figure out what girl we aligned with the most.
Yeah.
And in this episode, I fall between like a Miranda and a Charlotte in terms of like, I agree with Miranda, like, he hurt you. You need to clear your head. You left him for a reason. Like I get why Miranda's like, stop giving it air. Stop talking about it. Like it's over.
Yeah.
But I do agree with Charlotte that like you need a moment of just like, I think Charlotte was pushing it with like, you get half the time of the relationship to get over it.
Yeah,
like,
what was that?
If I date a guy for 2 years, I have a whole year to get over him. Like, I don't have time like that.
Yeah.
I think though, when she did say like, you need to just like wallow and eat some ice cream and cry with your friends, I was like, I agree with that. But I don't think, like, when you break up with someone, you do get a certain amount of minutes allotted in friendships to talk about it.
Yeah.
But then, I feel like after a little bit, it's like, we have to let it go. Like, you left him. We got to drop it, Carrie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like she was a little dramatic when she described New York as a landmine. And She never knows when she'll get blown to pieces emotionally.
I actually really resonated with that. I was just talking about this with my girlfriends the other day. When you break up with someone, or if you just have like a weird moment with someone, like a friend or something, and you guys live in the same area, and then you literally feel like at any moment they could turn around. It's just so crazy because we live in New York where there's just a bajillion people. And it's like, I'm always thinking like, oh my God, did I just see him? Like, and the crazy thing is I actually have a friend who does see people like literally every day that she's hooked up with, or people that she just doesn't want to see or whatever. And a lot of people she does want to see, but it's just so funny how like New York becomes so small when you have baggage.
I've always bragged that even the guys I've dated that are literally stand-ups, I have such good luck where like, knock on wood, I am not running into people. I've hooked up with a good amount of people. I've probably run into like 2 of them in my 10 years in New York. And then like, even the guys that I dated that were stand-ups, like I still had a while before I ran into them at a mic or a show where it was like, it had cooled down.
I actually, comedians I've hooked up with, I haven't had haven't any run-ins recently, which is nice, but nice.
Sorry, I'm cracking my neck.
And it's just like nice.
I'm so excited for a massage.
Wait, I just cracked my, we're going to get a massage after this. I worry about it because I'm like, some of them were really weird. Remember, you know who with the, like that would be hell.
That would be hell.
Sometimes I think he's listening to this and I'm like,
But it would be the same situation as Carrie where like you have all the power.
Oh, no. I always have the power.
I think I'm
totally normal and like everyone's crazy. Yeah. No, there are a couple. Do you also realize sometimes, and maybe this is different because you're not dating right now, you're in a relationship, but I realized kind of recently, I was talking to my friend and I was talking to Ross and I was like, our friend. I'm so sorry. By this time this episode comes out, honestly, maybe even more your friend. Like you guys have developed a whole other thing.
And he'll have met my mother.
Yeah, he was going to sit next to your mom at the show. But Ross, I was talking to him and I basically just said to him, I was like, do you think that I'm the crazy one in like with the texts and stuff? Like, do you think people are showing my texts and maybe I should be like dodging people because I'm like a weirdo? And he's just like, there are a couple texts that I've sent.
I mean,
that are a little wacky.
I can think back to a couple texts you've told me where I'm like, okay, if it doesn't end well, they might reference this, but I don't think your texts are being shown around the way like we show around men's texts. I also don't believe men talk about us the way we talk about them.
Yeah. I just know that like
remember that one where you were like,
which one? Let me just say it.
Pretended you were like abducted or something?
Yeah. That was hell. That was really hell. Okay.
Like that was interesting.
I thought, okay, can I just give a quick?
Of course.
Okay. I sent it. Okay. So I was hooking up with this comedian and he knows who he is. And he was obsessing over how we needed to have sex on the first date. And I kept saying, no, we don't. No, we don't. And it was just got really annoying. We went back to his house. He said we were going to watch a movie. And that is not what happened. Classic. And anyways, we were hooking up and things got a little crazy, but then not like in a scary way, just more like in a hot and heavy way. And then I was like, no, we can't have sex. I'm not that, I don't do that on the first date. And he was like, oh man, but he respected the wish after a while. But because he had asked me so many times and was so like adamant about it, I thought it would be funny when I left to tell him that I was kidnapped by my Uber driver. So I said, I'm getting the Uber. And then he texted me, are you home? And I just wrote kidnapped. And then
and what did he
said,
back?
He was like, oh my God, are you okay? And then I just didn't respond for like an hour. And then I said, haha, just kidding. Oh, no, I didn't say that. I said, haha, crazy night when you fuck your Uber driver.
Yes.
That's what I said. Because I thought it was, that was this, and then he didn't respond to that. And then I said, haha, just kidding.
Because he didn't role reverse.
Yeah. But I thought it was hilarious when I was texting him that. I wasn't on Topo Max. That was just Nora. It was just me. I thought it was so funny. I was like, haha, like he tried to get me to have sex with him all night and now I'm going to fuck my Uber driver. How about that?
I totally see where you were coming from.
Yeah, I thought it when I first called you.
It was.
You did say you were like, that is bold.
It's bold and it's funny.
I thought it was so funny, and the way that he did not think it was funny, it was crazy.
But in your defense, like you weren't working with like someone who has like a classic sense of humor. Oh
my God, he was a wacky man.
Yeah, so like it was just like
it was crazy.
You know, it was great material. I do think though that like that joke.
He recently followed me on Instagram, so maybe everything's fine. But I am dodging him like Carrie is dodging Big.
Yeah. Well, I also think like. Oh, wait, hon. About him really quick first. Oh, and then let me do the highlights. Or did I do the highlights?
I don't remember.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I must have. Because we asked a question.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, crotch grabber. Yeah.
And I said, ew.
Now we're back.
And we're back.
About this, though, I think that would have been funny on like a third date with somebody.
Yeah. No. It like in hindsight, always 2020. And I was like, whoa, Nora, that was a little random. In the moment, was cracking up in the Uber, like, ha, ha, ha.
And this was what I'll say was I have a hard time in the beginning of friendships. I'm someone who doesn't take feedback well. Like once I've calmed down, I can really like reflect. But like if I were to be like, I'm going to send this text and you were like, wait, that's crazy. I'd be like, okay, well, I'm sorry I asked you. Like and then I'd be like, 30 minutes later, I'd be like, wait.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And we were kind of newish friends talking in this situation. And you told me that text and I was like, what if Nora's like me? And I'm like, Nora, that's nuts. And you're like, please don't be rude. Like, this is what I think is funny to him. So I was just kind of like not sure where we stood on me giving you like
newer friends too, and you set me up with someone, and that's how I like ended the date. It was really crazy.
Well, but that was a mistake on my end.
He did a lot of wacky things that we don't even need to get into it. But he was crazy, man. So.
Speaking of wacky, and now speaking about Sex and the City, pretty bold quote from Miranda. Miranda and Charlotte come to get Carrie from her apartment for them to go to the game. And Miranda goes,
like, hey, Anne Frank.
Get your coat on, Anne Frank.
I yelped. I was like, that is holy shit.
And it's one of those things though.
Get your coat on, Anne Frank.
And I'm going to say this. And if it's like wrong, then just tell me. And if
it's okay. You're Jewish.
I'm not.
No, but you're culturally.
Yeah.
And I'm Jewish and we're around each other all the time. So that's fine.
I've gotten it.
Yeah. You've gotten it.
I think it's when I was watching this, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they like wrote that. But then I also was like, we're supposed to be watching a friend group. And I could see you saying something like that to me, like
100%.
And we're watching them as a friend group in the privacy of their apartment, just joking around, saying things that like you do with your friends. You say things that you know.
You say, hey, get up, Anne Frank. Come on.
I didn't know what you were going to say. I thought you were going to pull something new out. Did you see my face?
No, I'm going to use the Anne Frank though.
Yeah, no, that was a good line. Thank you, Miranda.
It was harsh. What? It was a little, maybe not the most politically correct or appropriate, but it did make sense.
Non-Jewish Miranda said it to non-Jewish Carrie.
She said it.
What'd you think of everyone's game day outfits?
Oh, Hannah.
They looked fantastic
this is
the game.
And I'll say one thing about clothing in this. This is the first time that we see the Carrie necklace.
Yes. And we see it referenced big time in the end when she's like grabbing her necklace, her favorite necklace, when she runs into the picture of Big. Oh, breakup rules.
My thing is like, I feel like I've given a lot of advice to people who have broken up with people and been very like I hear them out. I usually give it like a couple months and then eventually I'm like, let's move forward. Let's get into this. But that's also just like my personality is very much like, like I'm very like, okay, let's move forward. Let's course correct. Like, let's go. And maybe I do have a little bit of Miranda in me, but I also can chat about it for a really long time before that.
Did you agree with throughout the episode, we got Carrie's breakup rules remove all photos where you look happy and he looks hot.
Yeah.
And
lie
I'm instead of telling people
cut you out.
Let's
cut you out. I'm
a
huge
Cancer,
on that.
so I'm like, I'm going to put it all in a box and I'm going to tie it up and I'm going to write a note about my feelings. And then when I'm over this and when I'm married with kids, I'll show them like the loves of my life.
No, I'm
really different.
You're dead to me. Like, let's go. Like that, we got to move forward. And
Are
the
you
only
like-
way to do it, not because
Are you blocking numbers? Are you deleting on Instagram?
Yes. But
are you deleting photos?
Yeah. But here's the thing. It's for me, it's not because I'm mad at them. It's because I'm so hurt and I'm so sad that even seeing a photo of them, that seeing them like my Instagram, that seeing any sort of communication on like that end, it just kills me. And it's just like, I cannot have it. And I know that I cannot move forward unless I just block them out. And I think it comes off really harsh and mean, but it's really not mean. It's just me being like, there's only one way for me to move forward. I think it's just to protect myself. I'm like a private blocker. Like I'm not unfollowing anyone on Instagram because I'm such an overthinker. I don't want them to think I'm mad or whatever. And so I'm like, I'll mute you on Instagram. I'm not blocking numbers. I'm wrapping up all your stuff and putting it in a box labeled with your name to like reference later. Cause that comes though, this will be a really quick side story. I have a really big regret of the first guy I dated in high school. We dated for a few years and we started dating by like literally leaving love notes in each other's lockers. Aww. And then we did that for our whole relationship. Yeah. And he got me so many little gifts and he was an artist and he made me so many handmade cards. And the first guy I dated after him I was like, I'm sorry, like this isn't working out because like I still miss James and I'm still like in love with him because I was like 16. Yeah. And this guy like convinced me to like throw everything out. Wow. And I regret it. And now I like keep everything from everyone because like I'm obviously so past my high school boyfriend, but like I want to like show my daughter like, no. Phones existed, social media existed, and I was getting handwritten love notes in your locker. Like he can text you back. Like I want the proof of like this little cute, sweet love story. That is really nice. I do save all letters. If someone has cards and letters, friend, lover, whatever, someone has sent me a letter, I always keep it. But photos are really hard for me to look at and not feel really sad. So social media, I have to really get away. And it's not them, it's me. It's like a lot of times they haven't even done anything, but I'm just like, I gotta get away. I was thinking this is a perfect breakup day. Like your friends, you all look hot. You go to the baseball game and just like drink beer, eat hot dogs and yell at everybody. I was like, she has such good friends. Amazing friends. And let me say, my biggest problem with this episode is I thought it was so not girl code when Carrie asked out the new Yankee. So the big plot of this episode is that Carrie goes to the baseball game, asks out the new Yankee, who Miranda is like obsessed with, who Miranda like can't even get out a sentence to, who like the girls wouldn't even know or be there with. That was really mean. And even Miranda's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And she's like, I'm the new Carrie. And it's like, you're a bitch. Like, yeah. Because, okay, I can see if I was single and I'm just getting out of a relationship, this hot guy and I have a flirty moment, but like it's this Yankee situation. If you're Miranda, I'm like, I'm going to ask him out. And if you have any like, wait, what? I'd be like, should I not? Yeah. Is that hurtful? But she's like, yeah, I'm going to ask him out. And I was like, it made me hard to be happy for them when they were in page 6. Yeah. I mean, that was really, now that I think about it, that was kind of shitty. It was like, and Miranda was so obviously like, wait, that's not fair. I wanted you to be with some business guy. Yeah. And I also thought that like maybe that was part of the reason why she was so upset throughout the entire episode. Yeah. Was dying when she tried to pivot the conversation to her Palm Pilot. She's also, like, so guys, I got a new Palm Pilot today. And it's like also learning. So Miranda's plot for this whole episode is she's sick of the boy talk. Like they're talking about men all the time. And she's like, we're smart, educated women. Like, I can't believe all we talk about is men. But I'm like, wait, so Miranda, what you're missing out on is talking about your Palm Pilot? Yeah, I was like, Miranda, you got to give him a little something. Right. Like if you're a lawyer.
Why don't you tell them about one of your cases?
Yeah, exactly.
And she's like, for her to be pissed that the conversation is about men and not about her new planner. I'm like, Miranda, like,
yeah.
And I thought her storm out was so cringe when she put on that little hat.
Oh my God, the hat. I almost sent, did I send you a picture of that? No. I literally was dying when she put the hat on. She looked so disheveled and
she's like hardly putting the hat on.
And then let me get the dungarees, oh God.
And the overalls in the end.
The overalls were really bad.
I just also like, I don't know. I just feel, I get what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I do strive to have friendships where we can have a sisterly bond where like someone like Miranda could snap a little bit and no one's like, I feel like I have friends where if I was like, can we shut up? They'd be like, please don't speak to me like that. Could we talk about why you snap? You know what I mean? Like I do like that they all have a sisterly vibe where they kind of snap at each other, but like they love each other. They know it's something else. But like she's really like yelling at them and it's like, they're talking about their issues. She's going through a breakup. Her boyfriend has a small penis and she's not satisfied. Charlotte keeps grabbing the crotch. She's trying to like, no one cares about your Palm Pilot.
Yeah.
Like they've got stuff going on.
Unless your Palm Pilot has something really interesting on it. Goodbye.
And it definitely didn't because she said, that was such a funny scene.
It was really wacky.
And even her being like, because she always looks so wacky with her hair.
Yeah, she's like,
her hair. This episode was like really bugging me.
Do you feel like, maybe I shouldn't say this. Miranda's teeth, they always seem like she's just been gnawing on a carcass.
You know me, I don't see teeth.
Okay, sorry. All right. And I don't mean that in a mean way.
I say that to people say like, I don't see color. Like,
I don't mean it in a mean way. I love Cynthia Nixon.
Gnawing on a
but there's
carcass? What is that?
Like an animal. Like she just
like sometimes, they look dirty?
No, they look like bloody sometimes.
Bloody?
I don't know. They just have like a good. They just look like she really has this angry mouth.
I dated this guy once and I showed my friends a picture of him mouth? And they were like, don't his teeth bother you? And I literally had not looked at them and we were like dating for 3 months. I really like, one time when you were showing me the other day, when you had the lipstick on your teeth and you were showing me them.
Yeah.
I literally was like, this is probably the first time I've ever looked at Nora's teeth. Like I don't clock teeth. I
have crazy pictures to show you. Or I already did. I showed you my medical photos of how I used to
you did. You did. Of course we covered that early on.
I used to have a giant gap in my teeth.
I couldn't tell you what Wolf's teeth look like right now. Gun to my head, I would die if asked what Wolf's teeth look like.
Oh my God. I hope you're never put in that situation.
I hope.
What is our place? And you know what I wrote? Old Navy.
Our place.
Like, you know, sorry, I'm really scared.
It's like the finale. And you think it's Old Navy?
I'm sorry, I skipped the entire episode. I just have our question.
Well, we can jump around to the beautiful ending.
I just one of the questions I said, what is our place?
I know, like if I were to call you.
If you were like, meet us at our place, I'd be like, all right, Atlantic Barclays, Old Navy. I will see you there, girl.
If this is a meeting, so the episode ends, well, a little, just to catch us up, the whole episode ends up, there's like tension between like Carrie and Miranda.
That's Old Navy.
Old Navy. She typed it out.
I said, what is our place? Old Navy.
I would say Old Navy or like
Old Navy at Atlantic Barclays.
But I also feel like our place would be like, I would call you and you would tell me where you are and I would tell you where I am and we would find like a pizza place in between the two of us or like a small Thai food place. Like I don't think we would have travel far and wide to one specific place. Also, if this is going to be our place, we need to go to like the 24-hour one in Times Square.
Yeah. No,
we can't go to Barclays.
We should go there tonight, honestly.
Yeah, maybe. It's been a long day, I think. I don't know if we should go to Times Square. Okay, I'm going to jump back. Then we will come back to that. I actually did not like Samantha, like, watching the guys in the locker room. I thought that was like really, really creepy and really actually very weird. And I know that she doesn't like her boyfriend who calls her princess and has a small penis, but like, I don't know if you need to be like these Yankee players, like shut the door. I thought that was a weird scene because Samantha's horny, but she's not like a pervert.
I have to say, if the
Critter's texting us.
If the if the locker room door to the Yankees were open,
you would pee?
Yeah, of course. Come on, Hannah. Hannah, you would too. Don't even do that. Don't act like you're a nice, like, I know you're a no, you are a nice person, but don't act like you don't have a little peeping Tom in you for the Yankees.
Well, one, I'm a Mets fan, so
okay, fine. The Mets, fine. They're all ripped and they're naked, and you're walking right by, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, don't look! I can't look."
This is what I'm referencing. The episode.
She does go a little more in detail.
Back.
Yeah, no.
The girls are leaving.
I know,
and she turns around and walks down the hall to their shower room.
That was a little weird.
And I was like, I would never do that. Obviously, if I'm walking down the hall and we are passing the showers and the door's open, of course I'm peeking.
Yeah, no. I'm just like, I'm
not going back to look though, the way she was. Are you?
You know what? Maybe I am. I don't know. It really depends where I'm at in life.
I mean,
today would I look? Sure. Tomorrow, maybe not.
You do this a lot. There was like the last episode I watched of ours for clips. I was like, could you date a guy who didn't want to get married? You're like, today? Yes. Tomorrow? No. Last week? Absolutely. Like, what is this reference?
It's just like my emotions are a winding road.
Awesome.
No, just like some days I'm feeling a little more, and then some days I'm feeling a little more, don't look in the locker room.
Okay.
You know?
I get that. I think I would, across the board, always be the same. I would never turn back. And if someone was like, we're going to go peek, I wouldn't do that. But if we were all walking by and you were like, oh my God, look, I absolutely would look.
Okay.
Second thing I wrote down about
I think
this
I'm going to
episode.
look today, tomorrow, and yesterday.
Awesome.
Okay.
You're going to go back and look?
Sure.
Okay. So in the episode, what happens next is Carrie and the new Yankee go on a date to this, like, what is it? The Dolce & Gabbana party or whatever?
Yes.
And Carrie tells us that she maxed out her credit card for the dress she was wearing.
Yeah. Which wasn't that good. It was like a halter top.
You could literally get that at Target today. No shade to Target, but like,
yeah,
I could not believe that was a card we're supposed to believe.
Say that,
you get an Old Navy. I know it's funny. I almost wrote down Old Navy, but I was like, I don't want to diss our place.
Sorry, what's our spot? Old Navy.
Critter referred to us as Old Navy girls.
That was, our friend is very much into fashion, and he was referring to his other friends who are also like fashion people. And then we were like, how do you describe us? Are we Old Navy girls?
Old Navy girls?
Yeah, no, I mean, that dress was really weird. The crotch grabbing guy, I was like, well, I thought maybe he had like crabs or something.
The crotch grabbing guy, and also Charlotte like grabbing his hand, like, and everyone kind of like letting that go. Like everyone was staring at the crotch grabbing, like the hand, like it was such an uncomfortable moment.
Yeah.
And I also want to say his whole storyline is the crotch grabbing. So then beautiful, kind Charlotte goes and buys him nice underwear from Barney's. And his reaction is nuts. He's like, whoa. We haven't even had sex and you're already shopping for me? This is moving way too fast. And then he leaves. And I was like, this is nuts. Like this gorgeous woman has overlooked the fact that you grab your crotch at Dolce & Gabbana parties and like has bought you expensive underwear.
Dolce & Gabbana parties.
Like it's crazy. It's not like they're at the sports bar.
They're not Old Navy.
They're not an Old Navy where you can grab whatever you want. Like they're Dolce & Gabbana. Like,
yeah.
I just like, I thought his reaction
was bad.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm not to like encourage men being like scummy, but like you're already at her house. Like I really can't imagine if I'm at someone's
you were
just
at
have sex.
You were literally, if you're the men we know, you want to have sex. It's
have
like
sex,
you
take
just
the
have
free underwear.
Yeah, take the free
and
underwear
then
and
dump her.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, I don't think he should have dumped her. I think he should have been like, oh, why'd you buy me these? And she would have been like, oh, you can't
crabs.
Stop grabbing your crotch. My friend Samantha thinks your balls might be too long. Like, I can't believe there was no, if a guy I was seeing bought me underwear, I would at least be like, why is this happening before I like storm out?
Yeah.
But I guess men buying women underwear is so much more of like a sexy thing where like women buying men underwear is like she's mothering me, she's dressing me.
Yeah. No, it's weird how men get so wrapped up in like, oh, you're trying to control me by like the tiniest things of buying underwear.
Oh, and here I wrote, Char's curtains do not match the look of her in her apartment. Next time you go watch it and they're in her room, look, because I cannot stand these like flower star floor length curtains. They are not right.
Carrie at the game when they're like, why do we have these seats? And she's like, it's the only place where I can smoke without Giuliani putting me away for years. It's like, I literally thought I was Carrie in that moment.
Oh, really?
She's like, Giuliani's going to be carrying me away, like in cuffs.
When she said, I'm going to ad-lib what I would have said. Carrie had a couple lines in this episode that it felt to me, and maybe it's just because I've watched it so many times.
Yeah.
It felt like she's reading a line.
Oh, really? I loved that line. I was like, we should make a meme of that. It's so good.
Oh my God. I mean, just season 2 alone already.
So many memes.
We've gotten so many of like the famous lines from the show.
Yes.
Just this episode alone.
I mean, also another one was when Miranda was like, I'm a huge Yankees fan. I'm a lawyer. It was like, what?
He was like, so you're going to sue me? She's like, oh my God, no.
She's like,
why I said that.
No.
Like also for Carrie to see her so giddy like that and then be like, I'm going to ask him out. And then, the other line that made me cringe. She was like, come on, girls, let's blow this hot dog stand. I was like,
oh, yeah. That was really annoying. But I like the smoking one.
Yeah. Because you resonated with this.
It's like, yeah.
I wrote down, so Miranda, this whole episode is like so tired of hearing about the boys, tired of Carrie like getting over big. And then Miranda in the worst outfit possible. One of the worst I've ever seen. One of the gayest I've ever seen. Yeah. I know a lot of lesbians in Brooklyn wearing that right now.
Really? Okay.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'll get you those photos.
Yeah, let's see those photos.
Sorry. Now I feel bad that I said it was like the worst outfit ever. I just mean like for Miranda.
We always come back to Miranda being gay. One of us brings it up in the episode, and then I like even in the next one, I kind of felt like awkward that I brought it up and like, you know, am I saying that, you know?
I know. I'm getting worried about us.
Yeah, I'm a little worried. Are we going
where
to get canceled or something? I don't know. But it's just, I mean, it is beautiful to see Miranda's little glimpses
soul.
Like little sneak peeks of gay throughout the whole, and it's good that we're
in her fashions a lot
and
of
we
the time.
and we want to celebrate it.
We do. And I'm sorry about what I said about the outfit. Anyway, but then she runs into her ex and she runs home and she has the moment that she's been like shading Carrie for talking about. She has it herself. And oh my God, cutest ending to this episode. Carrie like runs into Big, which we'll get into. And then not Charlotte, sorry. Carrie runs into Big and is too upset and goes home and like can't stay at the party. And Miranda's had her rough day. And Carrie calls and you don't know who she's called. And she's like, can you meet me at our spot?
Old Navy.
And they meet at Old Navy. It's Carrie and Miranda. And Miranda says, I forgot how hard it was.
Yeah.
Take all the time you need. I was like, what a nice ending.
Yeah. I love when the girls always like, whenever there's a moment where they're like, and then I got pizza and a movie with my friends.
It's so sweet.
It's just so
and
like, your girls are there for you.
Carrie says this line that I wrote down. I loved it so much. And she was like, the number one rule is that you'll never get through without your friends.
Yes.
It's true. Like every breakup, it's a community affair.
I feel like it's just so beautiful how the girls always come together in the end, even when they're really mad. Like we'll see some crazy fights in the future. I'm just gonna let you know that. And to our listeners, cover your ears or maybe unplug them. But yeah, sorry, that didn't make any sense. But it's like, you know, they come back. They're each other's like sisters. They're family.
Yeah. Sorry, the big thing in this episode, the literal big thing in this episode that we haven't talked about yet, which we'll cover before we go, is that Carrie does run into Big.
Yeah.
And first she gets the dream scenario, which is that she's
my God. I was like, that is such a good setup for her.
The first time he sees her is in the paper with the Yankee.
And then she sees him, and then he sees her at the bar with the Yankee.
And it's Big, and this guy goes to introduce himself, and Big's like, I know who you are. Like, good luck this season. You're a Yankee.
Yeah.
And Carrie, I will say, when he puts his hand on their shoulder, I know I don't like Big for Carrie. I don't like Big in general. Season 1 was really eye-opening. Looking at it through this light. But like when he puts his hand on his shoulder and is like, I saw the paper. You never looked better, baby, or whatever he said.
Amazing.
I was like, poof, that is going to be hard to recover. Like all the work she's done to get over him was just undone in that moment.
Agreed. And it is so hard. I went on a date recently with this guy who was so boring and I kept thinking about this date from like 3 weeks ago where it was just like the chemistry was amazing. And I could have sworn like if that person had showed up to this date, I would have been like, goodbye.
Right.
But also the guy that I was going out with was not a Yankee. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I also wrote down that I think Carrie could have kept it together.
Yeah.
And
it's like, fuck
said goodnight to the Yankee, been like, oh, I don't want to go to the next bar. Like, but like, I had a really great time. Like, I'm just like wiped. Like, let's go out next week. Like, and then gone home and cried and called Miranda. Like,
and like kept it going with the Yankee.
I don't think we needed
kind of
to break up with the hot, young, new Yankee. I mean, we needed to because it was mean to Miranda.
It was really, now that you actually, I'm really glad that you brought it up because it really was really mean.
When I was watching it, I was so like icked out.
Yeah, that was not nice.
Because I just really thought about like in a non-TV universe, if this was like I bring you to this game to help you get over your breakup.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. You don't even like the freaking sport. And then you guys like have a moment and then you're like, I'm going to go ask him out. And then my reaction is like, wait, no, that's not fair. And you're like, yeah, it is. Like, I'd be so upset with you. Like, I would have to say to you, like, I couldn't believe Miranda was upset at brunch the next day that they were talking about men. Like, Miranda should have been upset about the two of them in the paper.
Well, that's what I was thinking that she was projecting.
Yeah.
That she's like, guys, enough talking about the boys, because she was mad that Carrie was dating the Yankee.
It was really bad girl code, which
it was really,
is such
really
a
bad.
Common theme for Carrie.
Also, when Carrie's walking with the Yankee and then they first make out after the date.
In front of 9/11. The Twin Towers.
There you go.
No,
It's remember we went to that 9/11 themed pizza place the other day? Sorry.
We went to a pizza place.
They had like a shrine to 9/11.
9/11 theme.
It kind of felt like it was.
That's such a funny way to describe it.
What else was the theme? We went to a pizza place the other weekend.
The theme is pizza place.
No, literally, the decor was themed 9/11. They had the trajectory,
like
they had the buildings.
Joe's Pizza, where the towers.
No.
What's a good slogan?
You went. No. You went down. You went in. You saw the buildings. Then you saw. They had a whole like a scrapbook page of like.
They did. I don't know where they got that.
I didn't know where. It seemed like insider, like
someone
photos.
had boots on the ground.
Yeah, and then the after. I mean, it was kind of like a sad. I mean, it's very sad, but it was also just like, whoa. We get it. Your pizza place is 9/11 themed.
Well, pizza places are famously obsessed with 9/11.
Because it's just New York. Yeah.
New York pizza places, you don't go to one that doesn't have something about 9/11.
Yes.
This was the most graphic. I don't know if I would describe the place's theme, though, as 9/11. I would still say their theme would be like local pizza shop.
I was getting kind of a 9/11 theme, but anyways.
Yeah. Well, we should ask them what they were going for when they opened up shop.
They'll be like, never forget.
Well, they were open before 9/11. It's not like they opened in honor of 9/11.
Of course.
Yes, but to say it's their theme makes it seem like they open like if a place is a tiki bar theme.
I don't know. We never, you know it, and we never know.
And we will never know because we'll probably literally never be back at Joe's Pizza.
I've been there.
It wasn't Joe's Pizza, was it Joe's?
Yes, it was.
But it wasn't the famous Joe's.
No.
It was a small town Joe.
Wasn't that good? Anyways.
Oh, I liked my vodka slice.
Brag. Okay.
Oh my God, we have a minute. Just saying I like my slice.
I didn't love the mozzarella sticks, but I'm glad you liked your vodka
You didn't
slice.
like the mozzarella sticks?
I was a little distracted by the theme of the restaurant.
It is amazing I was able to enjoy my meal.
I literally was looking around. I was kind of like, this is like grim.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I just think,
and I'm glad you enjoyed your vodka slice.
but I was able to look past it.
She just, you know, the one thing I wanted to say is the when Carrie and the Yankee are talking, and he's like, "You're so cute," and that was like the only piece of the conversation. He's just hot. I've had so many dates like that where I'm like, he was amazing.
It's like nothing had happened.
He was so amazing. He was so.
He could be the one, you guys.
Like literally, I've said that to you, and it's like all he's done is just like the bare minimum. He's just been hot, and then he's been like, "You're cute. Come make out."
Or he's been like, "This was fun," and you're like, "Wow, I'm getting swept off my feet."
Really crazy. Well. All right.
Well, that was a great first episode. As like a hats off to the writers and creators. That was an amazing.
I really love it.
To have the season 1 that they had, which they got really famous really quick. Like not a lot of shows can handle that and come back like even better.
Yeah.
But they really had like their hand on the pulse. Like they get what people loved, what they didn't love, what they needed, and they gave it to us.
And we're so excited for next week's episode. We have some amazing guests on.
We have guests on.
Yee. All right. I'm sorry, I just said that. I was like, yee, that was weird.
I liked it. I was fine. It was like, eek. We'll tell you guys about that next time. You guys won't even believe what that is.
All right.
Well, shout out to My Friend's Basement where we record. And shout out to Sean Curley for our intro and outro music. And that's it, right?
And Becky.
And of course, Becky.
And
Becky.
Becky.
For all that Becky does.
Becky's amazing.
We love Becky.
Love you, Becky.
We love each other.
I love you, Hannah.
Love you, Nora.
Bye.